For the last 2 months, I have been using Facebook Marketplace to sell video games. And when I say the last 2 months, really, I wasn't using it before that except for selling locally. Now, about 2 months ago, I decided to give it a go and start selling games online and seeing if I could ship them to people and people would buy them and be happy. And honestly, I want to show you how that has worked out for me. Now, as you can see, I've got a game collection behind me, and most of it, probably 60 to 70% of it, was bought from buying and selling games. I would flip them, use that money, game the game collection, basically, and just grow it as I could. And so it's been quite wonderful to use Facebook Marketplace as a great place to step off and grow my game collection. If you've been watching the last video, we talked about the Nintendo 64 $300 bundle from Facebook Marketplace, and I sold some of that off. We'll talk about that a little bit, as well as we've been doing the $20 game collection, so you might see some of that stuff in this video as well. But let's go ahead and talk about what I've used Facebook Marketplace to sell in the last 2 months. Let's go ahead and talk about the Nintendo 64 stuff that I have sold on Facebook Marketplace. Now, I kind of want to brush through it pretty quickly because if you've seen the channel before, you know what I've already sold, but we'll go ahead and talk about it right now. I've got my cell phone, so I'm gonna look back and make sure all the prices are right. Now, I will say I can't give you exact prices on these games, but that's because I paid $300 for a big bundle and I ended up selling them. So that is where this is going to lie a little bit, but I do want to show you all of the stuff that I have been selling. Now, first off, you'll see I sold a Nintendo 64 game, Super Mario 64, for $30, which is absolutely amazing. They paid the shipping, and Facebook Marketplace only charges 5% when you are using their shipping method, so that is awesome because that's basically nothing. And so that makes, I got about $28 for Super Mario 64. Now moving on, we've got Mario Party Nintendo 64 version. This is just the first one. Obviously, again, picked it up in that bundle, sold it for $40, which meant I got probably around $37. So I'm pretty happy about that. Moving forward, GoldenEye 007 for this Nintendo 64. Again, sold that for $25. Again, I'm super happy to have picked this up, and I'm glad that I did. Then we're talking Super Smash Brothers on the Nintendo 64. Yet again, ended up selling that for $45. So after fees, probably like $42. That's definitely well worth it. I sold a transfer pack for $13 for the Nintendo 64, so probably like 11 or 12 bucks. Let's say 12 bucks or 11, it really doesn't matter, it's still pretty good. I also sold the Nintendo 64 with 3 controllers and 5 games for $165, so about $155 went straight into my pocket after fees and all that stuff. And then, last but not least, I actually sold a few more Nintendo 64 games. Pokemon Snap I sold for $20, which means I got about $18 to $19 after fees. Mario Kart for the Nintendo 64 I sold for $45, so that's about $42. So that is all of the Nintendo 64 stuff from that bundle that I ended up selling. Comment down below and let me know, did you think right then I made enough money to recoup all my costs? I definitely think I did. Let's go ahead and talk about the $20 game collection stuff that I have sold. Obviously, you've probably seen this, so I kind of want to go through that quickly as well. But there's some amazing stuff in here, and I just wanted to cover all of it because I definitely wanted to bring this up because it's just quite amazing. Now, first off, Guitar Hero Warriors of Rock guitar for the Nintendo Wii. I sold this for $50, which meant I got about $47 for it. I bought it for $4, so you tell me, that is definitely well worth it. I'm super stoked that that happened. Then I sold a multi-tap for the PlayStation 2 for $20, which means I got about $18 after fees. And then I sold a PlayStation 2 console, the bundle, for $85, which meant I got about $80 for that. And I actually bought that PS2 bundle and the multi-tap both from a thrift store for $30. So I took that $30 and turned it to $90. Absolutely amazing. I'm so stoked that I did that. As well as from the $20 game collection, we had a Rock Band for the Wii that I sold for $12. After fees, I made $11. I paid $4 for it. So 4 into 11 is just absolutely amazing. And let's make sure I don't have anything else from the $20 game collection. And I don't, and that's what we're going to talk about. For the $20 game collection, I feel like Facebook Marketplace has definitely helped this grow that series and everything like that. So if you've seen that series and you like it, go ahead and comment down below and tell me what your favorite thing is that I've either bought or sold from the $20 game collection. Now that we've got the $20 game collection out of the way and the Nintendo 64 Marketplace bundle, let's go ahead and talk about everything else that I ended up selling. Now, I sold a few things, not too many things, but honestly, I feel like it was a great way to sell some of these things. I sold Doom 3 on the Xbox original. It was a steelbook for $12, which meant I got $11 afterwards. That's definitely well worth it there. Then I sold Burnout 3 Takedown on the Xbox as well for $12. About $11 after fees. I'm definitely happy to have sold that. And then I've got some good stuff here. I sold a Nintendo 64 Red controller, not from the Facebook Marketplace pickup. I just had it and I wanted to sell it. I ended up selling that for $22, so about $20 after fees and all that is definitely well worth it for me. And then last but not least, I sold a Nintendo 64 Game Shark for $20, which was way more than I anticipated, and honestly, I was shocked, but I'm definitely super stoked about it. So that is all the stuff that I have bought, and I guess not bought, I have sold and shipped out using Facebook Marketplace shipping only. These are not local sales. These are getting games, packaging them up, and sending them out. Now, what do I think about Facebook Marketplace and selling online with their shipping program? Honestly, I kind of like it, and there's a few reasons I like it. First off, you can say that it is only shipping, which means I don't have to go and meet someone locally, and so I don't even have to leave my house, really. So one thing is shipping is an amazing thing. I use either the USPS first class or priority mail shipping. So I have like padded envelopes that I put the games in that are like first class, and then I have boxes that I get from the USPS to sell to send the priority mail stuff that sells. And honestly, it's totally awesome. Next is you can actually close it off to not sell to where your friends can see it. Well, that way people aren't bugging me and that I know that are trying to haggle it and everything. I can purely say this was online and I wasn't dealing with anything local, and so I turned that off so I could make this video and talk about how it worked out for me. Now, the fees is only 5%, which is absolutely amazing. I love it. You can get it sent directly to your bank account, or you can get it sent to like a PayPal or something like that. So if you want to do this, I think you should. If you're selling stuff, you definitely should add Facebook Marketplace into your kind of places to sell. I usually talk about selling on eBay and Mercari. Facebook Marketplace is catching up. There are so many users that use Facebook and Facebook Marketplace. It's gonna rival eBay really soon if it doesn't already. And so that is why I think you should definitely be selling on it. If you're not selling, you definitely should be. Also, I will say that Facebook Marketplace, like the app and going on the desktop, it does have a little bit of getting used to. Some of the places are a little slow loading, like if you're filling out a field and it has a drop down, sometimes that drop down takes a little bit to load. But other than that, I've been really happy with it, and I think that Facebook Marketplace is a new place that I'm going to utilize to sell games. And I will be honest, all of these games that I sold, I have been selling at value price. Like, I've been looking them up and seeing what they sell on eBay and also what price charting says. Now, sometimes, before I started using Facebook Marketplace, oftentimes I wouldn't charge that high of a price. So if you see prices in this video that were too much or you think aren't right, that was kind of an experiment just to see if they would sell and how it would work. So I'm still experimenting with Facebook Marketplace. If you want to see me talk about it more, comment down below in the comments, and maybe I'll make another video in a month or two. But honestly, I feel like Facebook Marketplace is a cool way to sell things, especially if you don't have a car and you can't go out locally. You can ship stuff out and get it to people, and it just has worked out well for me lately. So I want to say thank you for watching. That's all I've got. Peace.